With every update from the world of motor technology, it seems more and more likely that EVs or electric vehicles are slowly but surely taking over the world. And is this all thanks to Tesla? Who knows? But they aren't the only company out there working towards an electric future. Let me introduce you to NIO. They're a Chinese EV company who just a few years ago were on the brink of bankruptcy. Now they're on track to be one of the biggest EV companies in China, miles ahead of their competitors, all except one. You guessed it, it's Tesla. This company has come from nothing and it's now on its way to sitting nicely at the competitive end of the market. But will they rival Tesla? Who knows, but in this video we will take you through its fantastic rags to riches 0 to 100 story with all the details. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and remember to hit that bell icon if you don't want to miss anything. Let me take you back to the early days of NIO. They used to be called NextEv, and they have similar roots to Tesla, but in a slightly different direction. To make their mark on the automotive industry, NextEv first released a limited-run electric supercar called the EP9. The EP9 was officially the turning point for the company, and from this moment on, NextEv were known as NIO. The vehicle had a range of more than 260 miles and was built alongside the company's Formula E division. It can be both an all-wheel drive, an individual wheel drive, has advanced torque vectoring system that adjusts the power output to each wheel. It weighs a total of 1,735 kilos and comes with 3 power modes. Oh, and they have 1,360 horsepower. 6 were sold to investors for $3 million each, and 10 models went on to be publicly owned. The success of this car was an incredible starting point, something unheard of in the industry. So it's hard to believe that just years down the line, the company would be facing bankruptcy. So in 2019, the financial difficulties were real for NIO, but the Chinese government were there to save the day for them. They invested $1.4 billion in the company in early 2020, but no one gives away money for nothing, especially the government. This huge bailout was in exchange for a 24.1% stake, which throughout the rest of the year rocketed to be the 5th most valuable automaker in the world after Tesla, Toyota, Volkswagen and BYD, another Chinese car manufacturer. It will come as no surprise that Tesla's in the top spot. They have earned it and are the leading EV manufacturer in China. Thanks to the Shanghai Gigafactory, Tesla are able to keep up with the huge demand there, and they're now selling more cars to the people of China than any other electric vehicle manufacturer out there. Maintaining this success, though, is no easy feat. Tesla, of course, is an American company and is managing the demand in China with an extensive supercharger network of over 300 sites across the Chinese mainland. This has not gone unnoticed, as NIO have recognized the importance of speedy charging abilities, but their methods are slightly different. NIO's focus remains on vehicle battery separation. This basically means that they want customers to view the battery as a separate entity from the vehicle itself. So imagine your TV remote runs out of battery. You don't plug it in and wait for it to charge up. You just stick new ones in. It's the same concept, but when you take the dead battery out of your NIO, you plug it in and replace it with a fully charged one, and off you go. This may sound incredibly exciting and new, but Tesla played around with this kind of technology back in 2013 in California, but they didn't get very far with it and left it where it was because the supercharging stations were fast and popular enough for customers. So they were spending time on new charging initiatives seemed a bit like a waste of time. Remember, they have reduced charging times down from over 12 hours, and that's been a huge factor in the company's success. Anyway, NIO's tech is allowing them to top up drivers' batteries in less than 10 minutes. Remember that $3 million car I told you about earlier, the EP9? Well, this battery changing concept was used on that vehicle, but it took them until 2018 for the first battery swapped station to open in China. Just a few years on now, and there are already more than 160, and using them is pretty easy. You make a booking on an app, and the staff there reverse your car into a shelter, and then a laser-guided machinery unscrews an existing battery pack, sends it underground to be charged, whilst your car is replaced with a fully charged battery pack, and within 5 to 10 minutes, you're off again. For this service, NIO owners pay about $150 a month, and for that you get 6 battery changes at any one of these facilities, and second-hand owners can pay per kilowatt hour for the energy that would be required to recharge their flat battery. The world of battery technology is nowhere near done yet, and it's evolving at a huge rate, so producers of EVs like to make sure their inventions can fit and use different styles of batteries to keep up with the times. The success of the battery swap stations is all down to the standardized battery pack, which can be taken from and added to any model under the NIO brand umbrella. The pack accounts for about $10,700 of the car's overall value and can be purchased along with the car or rented from the company, an option that's been chosen by about 1/3 of the customers, according to company representatives. But it's not all rosy for the battery swap guys. 160 might sound like a lot, but if you think about the size of the area that they're trying to cover, China, it's not going to be easy for everyone to get there. But they've thought about this too. There's also an option to charge it domestically, which means charge it at home or use a fast charging outlet. One question that always comes up when talking about electric vehicles is, what if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I run out of power? Well, believe it or not, NIO have covered that too. You use that trusty app again and request a charging truck call out. They'll show up, sort you out, and even these trucks run on electric power. Currently, the cheapest vehicle from NIO is the ES6, a mid-sized SUV that in dollars costs around $55,000. It promises 550 horsepower-ish and 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. In it, you can travel up to 380 miles from one charge, and it has seats for 6 or 7 people. Then there's the ES8, which is basically the ES6's big brother. It's a little slower at 4.9 seconds from 0 to 62 and can travel at 260 miles from one charge, and it costs $69,000. Now, as a result of a drag coefficient of 0.26, the EC6 can achieve a couple of miles more than the ES6 that it was based on, but this coupe crossover in top spec can be even quicker. I'm talking 0 to 62 in less than 4.5, and believe it or not, it only costs $1,500 more than the ES6 SUV. Both SUVs and electric vehicles are huge trends in China at the moment, so this combination is a good one for business. There are 500 companies registered in China that produce what are known as new energy vehicles or alternative fuel source vehicles. Basically, they don't rely on internal combustion engines, and you and I call them EVs. 500 might sound like a lot of companies, but only a few have made it as far as NIO. Drivers who buy the battery swap for EVs become eligible for up to $3,500 subsidies from the government, who insist it's a limited incentive. But with EVs demand heightening, they can't keep up these subsidies going forever. NIO are even having a go at the saloon market, and it's proven pretty lucrative. Its ET7 has a 620-mile range, 0 to 62 in 3.9 seconds, and that's just the beginning. The company's focus on safety and self-driving technology have resulted in some pretty impressive specifications in this executive saloon, like ultra-long-range LiDAR, high-resolution cameras, millimeter-wave radars, and ultrasonic sensors. This huge range of extras just shows us how the company's progressing with their autonomous goals. They're already equipped with around 20 pieces of kit to enable NIO Pilot. Now, Tesla are aiming to produce 250,000 electric models from Giga Shanghai each year. It's important to remember that the company has more years under its belt. It's simply more experienced than NIO and has a bigger reputation. However, NIO have struck a deal with Chinese state-owned Jack Motors to use their assembly factories, which is a huge jump in the right direction. And as a result, NIO have recently hit its 50,000 vehicles produced milestone. And a huge 650 battery swaps have been carried out, which really demonstrates the reliability of this technology, and it also tells us that 800 million combined miles have been covered by its cars today. NIO simply want to make the mark on the EV world as a reliable tech solution. They're really doing their bit for customers too. They have a range of professional services, including meeting rooms, libraries, forums and coffee shops, lounge areas and joy camps for children. NIO also have offices in Germany, the UK and the USA, but at the moment the huge portfolio of cars and battery swapping facilities are only available in China, and that isn't expected to change anytime soon. But one thing is for sure, NIO aren't strangers to an unprecedented turn of events. Who would have thought that just a couple of years ago they would become Tesla's closest competitor? Elon Musk must be quaking in his boots at this point. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is the future NIO or Tesla? Can you see NIO taking over the world or just China? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and we will keep you up to date with all the very latest.